Well, hello, hello. This is Cindy, your host at Ask Cindy Connector Live, and another amazing Tip Tuesday episode. And let me tell you about this show. So, I love to pay it forward. I love to share what my friends are doing to my sphere of influence. I love my business, but I love sharing other businesses just as much as I share mine. So, today I am super stoked. Another episode with Rusty, and he's going to go all into how he follows up with his real estate business. So, Rusty, tell us a little bit about your story. How did you get involved in your industry?
Yeah, absolutely. Cindy, it's so awesome to see you. Thank you so much for having me on the show. Again, you were a highlight in my life for sure. And
Thanks.
I'm happy to be here the week before Christmas. So I have been selling real estate since 1999. It's I'm from the East Coast, but I ended up in LA and was working. I'm a performer by training, and was kind of in between gigs. A friend of mine needed an assistant, but he wanted me to have my license. But at the time I got my license, he didn't need an assistant anymore. And I looked around and I thought, I could probably do this. And I sold my first house 3 weeks later. So, and it's been a linear trajectory upward ever since. Never a bad day, never a down moment. No, I'm kidding. It's like,
of course not.
Of course not. Yeah. But yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah, so this is our second episode together, and I'm sure I'm going to have you on many more. But today we're going to talk about this amazing platform. I use it for my travel business, and of course, a thank you for my podcast for guests who come on my show. Tell us how Mailbox Power is powerful for small businesses. What do you got? You got a mug back there?
Yeah, I got your mug, like literally right there. Right there. It's so funny. So Mailbox Power is how we know each other. And it is, so I am within Mailbox Power, I'm one of the certified training partners. And I always say in the presentations that I do that I've been a salesman all my life. Like I used to sell, when I was 6 and 7 years old, I used to sell stuff door to door in my little neighborhood. And I've always had like a lemonade stand or a candy box or something, right? And I'm 46, almost 46. I'll be 46 in February. So in like 40 years of selling stuff, I have never found a tool as easy and impactful as Banner Season, soon to be Mailbox Power. Everything that the system can do, and I do use it in for client appreciation, for client follow-up, and for prospecting. That's been my biggest project recently, is using it to find new business. And it's super powerful. So do you want me to just kind of go into it, or?
Yeah, I'm actually going to go over a few things because realtors actually is my niche market for my client retention business. So one of the things I wanted to ask you is, what do you do for home anniversary, for sale by owner, new listings, and your closings?
For sure. So as I said, I'm based in Los Angeles, and we have a campaign in Mailbox Power called Ditch the Basket. And the idea, we use the term campaign within the system a lot, and it's just a list. It's a list of whatever it is you want to send to your clients, right? And so Ditch the Basket is a 10-touch, 2.5-year client follow-up system that it sends a gift automatically every 90 days. And the best part is the system manages all of it. So when I add somebody to that campaign, I'm done for 2.5 years. The clients get all different kinds of gifts. They get water bottles and coffee mugs, and it's all customized and specifically for them. So all of my clients, when we close, they get added to that for sure. Then for sale by owner, which is a prospecting, so it's like a new, I think of everything as like new business and then existing or old business. So for sale by owner is like new business, and I tend to group that with expireds as well. And there are a couple different ways that I use this. It's really easy to set up a campaign. And so I have a for sale by owner prospecting campaign. It's an 8-week campaign that sends a combination of cards and postcards. And then we also I have it right here just as an example. We have a type of card called a gigagram, which is awesome. It's this.
Oh, yes, I love this.
Right? It's big, right? It's awesome. And so as I drop it on the floor, hold on. And so I used to door knock expireds, and what that means is when the listing contract expires, it shows up in the MLS, and I would just go to the front door, knock on the door. Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Seller. Are you going to relist your house, basically? A lot of times people aren't home, and I would see on the front porch 6, 8, 10, 12 packages from other realtors who had been there. It's a very lucrative way to generate business because there's a lot of fear. A lot of people don't do it, but the people that do, there's a system that we all follow the same system. So the question becomes, how do you differentiate yourself? And so what I would do is I would take a picture of the house, standing in front of the house. I'd put it on the front of the envelope. So this is the envelope program. It's super cool, right? Mm-hmm. And you can add text. And so now what I would do is I would put the owner's first name on here as well. And then the card itself, I do an exterior shot of the house. If there's a way that I can obtain interior photos of the house, I would do that here. Whatever my marketing message is, this is my old company, whatever my marketing message is here. And then like my logo and my photo. And then I also put my information on the back. One of the things that's fantastic about, two things actually, about Mailbox Power is everything is fully customizable. So, you know, if you want to do a logo or a photo or text, or you can make it look exactly the way that you want. I love that level of control. Also, Mailbox Power will never put their logo on anything that they send. So I never need to worry that they're piggybacking on my marketing dollars, or that the client is going to be confused by what is this that I'm receiving, right? This is about me, work with me, list with me. And then what I always imagine is the people sitting at the kitchen table going through their mail. Who are we going to call out of these 14 packages? Oh, well, there's the guy that had that marketing thing. Make sure to call him. You know, it's a really powerful way to differentiate yourself from what everybody else is doing. And then what was the third? Oh, house anniversary cards. So I include in Ditch the Basket. They on their what would it be? 1, 2, 3, 4 on their fifth touch. Is when they get fifth and ninth touch actually is when they get the house anniversary card. Nice. And I've gone in, I think they get 8 brownies and a water bottle or something. It's built into that Ditch the Basket campaign because the two things which you know that Mailbox Power, what we are all about is saving time and making more money. So what I know is when they get added to that system, the house anniversary follow-up is taken care of because I've set it up that way. So it's just like one less thing I need to manage. And then what was the fourth thing?
So we have house anniversary, for sale by owner, new listings, and closings.
Oh, closings. Yeah. So I actually do two things. Because the price point where I am is a little high, higher than I can afford. I often will go out and try to find like a specific gift that's suitable for my clients. That is that's independent of Mailbox Power. In addition, everybody gets added to Ditch the Basket. And so the first thing that gets sent out is 8 brownies. And I'll show you. What's nice is, so they get the regular, they get whatever the closing gift is. And sometimes it's something from, you know, Tiffany's. Sometimes it's like, you know, a case of wine or like, it just kind of depends on a lot of my clients don't drink. So, you know, I try to be very specific in that regard. But then in addition to that, you know, we as an industry, realtors are known, and I don't think that there's anything nefarious happening. I don't think that we're bad people or greedy or anything, but we're kind of known to take the money and run, right? And it's because like follow-up is really challenging. It does not matter who I've talked to. I was the training director for one of the big national companies in their Beverly Hills office for a while. And, you know, I've dealt with agents who do 1 transaction a year and agents who are selling, you know, 100, 150 million, $200 million a year, like these mega agents, right? Every single person has this same challenge with client follow-up. It's actually not just limited to realtors, but That's my perspective on it, right? So what I love about the Ditch the Basket campaign, there's actually two campaigns that I try to put in place. One is the Ditch the Basket, and it's a variety of different things. Like it's this water. I did this water bottle as a test, but this is one of the things that they get. And so,
Nice.
it actually has their name, their address on it. It's super cool. And they get like just a little treat, right? It's a little like, hey, thanks for your business. There's no sales. There's no like, to me, that's a huge turnoff when people are like, happy holidays, buy from me, like happy holidays, shop at my store. It's like, okay, whatever, but when people just like legitimately say, hey, I just wanted to say thanks. I really appreciate you in my life. It's like, it's really moving. So, when they get added to the Ditch the Basket for a closing gift, they get a box like this, and then in it is a card and the brownies. This is actually the other campaign I add people to. And so like there's 2 brownies, they come wrapped, and then it has, a food label that matches, and that's fully customizable as well. So this is my half birthday card, which is the other campaign that I try to get everybody I know on. And that's my half birthday campaign. And that campaign, more than anything I have ever sent ever, gets the best response because it's 2 pieces, right? There is the birthday card. Everybody gets a birthday card. And the system, I have it set up so the card gets generated a week ahead of time. So it arrives on their birthday, generally on their birthday. And I get a lot of calls. People say, you're the only person who sent me a birthday card this year. Thank you so much. It's really heartwarming. It's really sweet. But I also send a half birthday card and brownies, which is what this is. So 6 months opposite, people like they have no expectation of anything. They go to the mailbox. There's a box like this. They open it up. There's a card that says, I don't know where the card in this package went to. I'm sure it's back there somewhere. And they get it's a really cute card. It's just a silly thing, right? And then 2 brownies, and it just says like happy half birthday. I get calls and emails and texts every single week from friends, family, clients, just really all different areas of my life. Oh my gosh, I haven't celebrated my half birthday since I was 8 years old. Oh my gosh, this is so sweet. This is so cool. How did you do that? I can't believe you did that. Thank you so much. Blah, blah, blah. Right. It is honestly the most powerful follow-up marketing anything that I have ever done. It's really awesome. And it's $5.
You mean like this?
Yes, exactly. Like that. Yes.
That is my favorite card. I will never ever get rid of this. I will keep it for the rest of my days.
That's the other piece.
The logo on the back
gets a little welcome to.
Very impactful, very powerful. That is an amazing card.
Yeah, it's super cool. And the system, I mean, if you want, I can go in, I can show you just like super quick how to make a card like that. Like it's a really easy system to use. But you tell me, I'll do whatever you want.
Let's actually do that on the next show. We could do another show in January where I want you to go more in depth on the different cards that you send within the campaign of Ditch the Basket. But in this call, because we only have maybe about 5 more minutes on the call.
Sure.
Let's go on the leads tool. So anyone who's a small business or is a realtor, they could actually use that system.
Absolutely. So can I go ahead and share my screen? Is that allowed?
Yeah, share screen. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want to share this one. Okay, so we have this awesome tool built right into our address book called Build a Mailing List. And we basically have partnered with one of the, my understanding of how it works is we partnered with one of the credit agencies. And so it's right here, right? Build a mailing list. I'm going to do it from the realtor perspective. Let's say I wanted to mail to individuals because I wanted to send them a why rent when you can buy postcard, right? Interest rates are at historic lows, and it would be a great time to buy. And so the first thing I want to do is who do I want to target? Individuals. Okay. And then we go to geography. I'm just going to use my home address. Well, please, you're welcome to stop by. Just make sure you give me a heads up before you get here. No, I'm kidding. So if you click, don't come by. So this is my address. I'm in North Hollywood, Valley Village area, and you can see there's 32,000 records within a 2-mile radius. That's way too many people for me to market to. And if I went to my title company, they can give me a list based on geography, but I don't know anything about the people in the house. This is where our system is incredible. If I go to household, it'll filter. So I only want single family dwelling units. And this is just, why rent when you can buy, just for this one example, but I can do, any kind of criteria I want. Mm-hmm. Let's say people who've been in the house for 2 years or longer, and people who are going to make, I don't know, $75,000 a year or more. And I only want renters for this particular marketing piece. If I wanted to do maybe homeowners who have been in the house for 15 years or longer, I could do that. Or there are lots of different options, right? So it narrows it down from 32,000 down to 353 people. There's no way that a title company can do that because they don't have the combination of the two things, right? But there's all these different ways you can filter it, but I want to show you, because we're kind of running short on time. The most powerful feature for me is this right here, estimated credit rating. I can find people who have a 650 or higher credit score. Not a moral judgment, but if your credit is 450, you probably can't qualify for a mortgage, which means I don't want to spend my marketing dollars trying to get my message in front of you, right? It's just like logic. So it gets it down to 311 people. Let's say I want to market to all 311 of those people, $29. That's less than 10 cents a lead. So for this quality lead, less than 10 cents, I don't know anywhere else where you can get that. And then all you have to do is click buy list. And what it will do is it puts it right in your address book as a self-contained list. The cool thing is, once you buy it, you own it. So you can do with it whatever you want. You can absolutely use Mailbox Power and Banner Season. By the way, same company, we're just becoming Mailbox Power on the first. So the list looks like this. And you can do this whatever you want. You can send postcards and cards and gifts and brownies and all of that stuff within the Mailbox Power system. However, you can also download the list. And if when we're all allowed back out of our houses after we all get healthy and nice and good, you could door knock the list. If you do any kind of digital advertising, you can use that as a template for identifying different prospects. It's, and to have that kind of flexibility, that accuracy, that power in filtering people for less than 10 cents a person, to me, it is worth the whole system, and everything it can do is worth it for that one single tool.
Wow. So what you just looked up, what was the price point and how many names was that one for? Do you remember?
It was 311 names and it was $29. So it's less than 10 cents. Yeah.
That's great.
And they're it's pretty accurate, right? It's, there's obviously there's always people moving and stuff like that, but we've found that by and large, it's about probably between an 80 and an 85% accuracy rate for the information. And that will beat not doing anything every single time, right?
Wow.
And so for $30 to have that list of people, it's, and there are all different kinds of ways to filter it. So some of them I'm not really allowed to talk about as a realtor because I would get in trouble. We're not really allowed to say, I only want to market to this kind of person or that type of name, blah, 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 right? However, if you are in an industry where that's, let's say you sell supplemental health insurance for people on Medicare, Medicaid, Medicare, the older people, you can filter by age, right? You can filter by hobbies. You can filter, there are lots. It's a super, super powerful system. It's amazing. Super cool.
Wow. That's great. Because I have a few friends that do life insurance and also home insurance and car insurance. That's a really good tool for them as well. So any small business can use this amazing platform.
Yeah, there's also, length of time in residence. They've done studies and they found that if you are a restaurant owner and you are the first person, let's say you own a pizza shop and you're the first person to introduce yourself to a new resident, then you will become their go-to pizza place, right? So now, especially because all of I'm in LA, right? And all of our in dining stuff is closed for the time being. You can filter by new residents within the last, let's say, 90 days and send them a postcard that says, like, bring this in for 10% off, bring this in for 15% off, bring this in for a free soda, a free bread, whatever your promotional thing is, and get them through the door. Then once they're in the door, you can put them on a birthday campaign, right? Bring this in and get, whatever, a free salad, a free dessert, a free yada, yada, yada. And you could, I don't know, there are so many things, don't get me on a rock, like there are so many things you could do with Mailbox Power. It's awesome. The thing that I just thought of is if, join our birthday club, they join the club, they get brownies labeled from the restaurant, right? Which you didn't have to bake or buy or do anything. It's just the restaurant sends it out. And then maybe on the cover, it has the logo, but then also like bring this wrapper in for 10% off or whatever. It's just about getting people back in the door, back in the door, back in the door, back in the door. And the basic philosophy is say thank you. Thanks for being my customer. Thanks for being, mahalo and aloha. Like, I think that's what both of those things mean. But anyway, so if you cannot tell, I am a big believer in the power of Mailbox Power. I'm actually a big believer in the power of gratitude and saying thank you. And Mailbox Power is a super effective, easy tool to make that happen for people. That's what it is.
Yeah, and another reason I like using Mailbox Power is because I'm an ambassador with National Day Calendar, and in January is National Popcorn Day. So I sent out some caramel corn, actually own a National Day Calendar. Also, the 26th is National Thank You Note Day. So there's so many different ways that you can implement the system in your business.
That's super cool.
Yeah. So, well, thank you so much for coming on today. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much for asking. It's always a lovely, lovely day when I get to see you.
Oh, thank you so much. And we'll get you on in January and we'll go more in depth on the Ditch the Basket. So
cool.
It is so important, guys, to pay it forward. Today is Tip Tuesday, and connect with other small business owners. Get to know them because we refer people that we know, like, and trust. So this is Cindy at Ask Cindy Connector Live. And next on the show, I have my friend Star, and she is a plumber in the LA area, and she's going to talk about how she implements the system. We'll see you here just on the other side. Woohoo! Thanks, Rusty.
Thanks.
Aloha.
Aloha.